It usually happens right when life finally starts feeling good. Something inside you wants to relax, enjoy the moment, maybe just breathe for once. But before you can settle into that feeling, a quiet voice whispers that it won't last, and you start to believe it. So you begin to overthink. You pull away from the people you love. You pick a fight over nothing. You numb yourself or make a choice that you know deep down will instantly bring back the chaos. And you don't even know why you're doing it. You only know that something about this happiness feels unsafe, like you're stepping on ground that could give out at any second. Happiness is supposed to be warm, comforting, natural. But for some of us, it feels like a threat. Not because we don't want it, but because we don't trust it. When life has taught you again and again that good moments come with consequences, your nervous system learns to fear joy instead of welcoming it. You expect the drop. You anticipate the disappointment, and so you try to control it by ending the moment before it can end you. We do this, we sabotage our own happiness because we mistake peace for danger. Think about it. When you grow up in unpredictability, your mind becomes almost addicted to tension. It learns to operate on high alert. So calm feels unfamiliar. And in the language of the nervous system, unfamiliar feels unsafe. So when things finally go right, when the waters are still, you don't relax. You start scanning your life, searching for what's about to go wrong. It's a strange paradox. You're not actually trying to destroy your happiness. In a way, you're trying to protect yourself from the pain you are absolutely convinced is just around the corner. Your mind would rather stick with the misery it understands than dare to experience a joy it doesn't know how to trust. And sometimes the sabotage happens because happiness exposes wounds we haven't healed. When someone finally treats you with gentleness, you suddenly feel the full force of how harshly you've been treating yourself. When life finally gives you a break, you feel the crushing weight of everything you carried completely alone. That moment of peace, of joy, it doesn't just feel good. It also acts as a spotlight, revealing the very pain you've been distracting yourself from for so long. And facing that pain, that feels harder, more terrifying than losing the joy that triggered it. So you pull away from the very things that could heal you, because getting better requires you to finally confront the parts of yourself you've worked so hard to keep hidden. And then there's maybe the deepest reason of all. Sometimes we sabotage because deep down, we don't believe we deserve good things. Old memories, old voices, old versions of ourselves are still in there, whispering that happiness is for other people, not for us. So when you finally get the thing you wanted, when the joy arrives, your brain flags it as a mistake, an error in the system, and you instinctively try to fix it by pushing it away, not out of hate for yourself, but out of habit. Sabotage is so rarely about self-destruction. It's almost always self-protection, just dressed in fear. It's an old survival strategy that no longer serves you. It's a shield you picked up a long time ago, and you just haven't realized that the battle you were preparing for is over. And maybe, just maybe, it's finally safe to put it down. The truth is, happiness is not something you grow into. It's something you learn to tolerate. If you spent most of your life in survival mode, joy will feel wrong, uncomfortable. It'll feel too quiet, too calm, too deeply unfamiliar. Your mind, so used to the noise of anxiety, will want to fill that silence. It will scramble for old patterns, old worries, just to feel normal again. But you're not broken. It's simply that your emotional baseline was shaped by experiences that made peace feel temporary, like the calm before the storm. We sabotage our own happiness when we haven't learned how to exist without chaos. But that chaos isn't your identity. It's just conditioning. And the powerful thing about conditioning is that it can be rewired. It all starts with noticing the exact moment you begin to pull away from something good. Can you feel it? That tiny shift in your chest, that sudden urge to retreat, that gut instinct to ruin the moment before someone else gets the chance? That is the second. That is the exact moment the loop can be broken. Not by forcing yourself to feel joy, that never works, but by letting yourself stay in it, just a little longer than you did last time. You see, real happiness isn't loud and explosive. It's quiet. And quiet can feel terrifying when you're used to a lifetime of emotional noise. So the first step out of this sabotage cycle is to understand something crucial. Happiness won't hurt you. It won't vanish just because you let yourself enjoy it. It's not a trap. It's not a setup for a punchline. It is not a countdown to heartbreak. Happiness has no hidden agenda. It doesn't make promises and it doesn't keep score. All it asks is that you be present. And that presence, that simple act of being right here, right now, in this good moment, is what begins to heal the very fear that happiness triggers in the first place. You learn to stop sabotaging the good things when you finally realize you don't need to earn joy. You don't need to prove you're worthy of it. You don't need to fear the good moments, because even if they fade, and all moments do, they leave you stronger, not weaker. So let yourself feel the light without constantly scanning the room for the shadow. Let yourself receive love without trying to predict its loss. Let yourself believe that a good day doesn't require an apology or an explanation. Happiness isn't dangerous. It's just unfamiliar. And like anything unfamiliar, it becomes safer, more comfortable, the more you allow yourself to stay inside it. One day, you'll notice that happiness doesn't feel like a threat anymore. It will feel like home. Not because it changed, but because you did. And when that shift happens, the sabotage disappears, not with brute force or effort, but with a quiet understanding. You'll realize you didn't push happiness away because you hated it. You pushed it away because you were terrified of losing it. And now you know. You don't have to fear what was always meant to hold you. You just have to let yourself be held.